welcome back to another stream. I am Callum, the community manager at Steel Sky Productions, and we're going to be doing things a little bit different today. We will be playing some of the game, but we are also going to be actually going back and having a look at some previous footage of how the game has kind of changed and developed. Hello, Jasan. Good to see you. Good to see you, mate. Yeah, we're it's gonna be a chill stream. We're going to just reflect on how things are going, how things have changed. There's a lot that has changed, and yeah, we'll have some time to play some games, everything like that. How's your weekend been, Jasan? I mean, it's still technically your Saturday, correct? Now, be sure if you are watching this right now as well, we are live currently on YouTube and on Twitch. We are broadcasting as well on our Steam store page. So if you have any questions about anything as we go along, feel free to check that out. I'll be able to answer any questions as we go. Cool. Uh, so what brought this on today? Had a family night via streaming. Yes, we all know those struggles, Jasan. Drinking an entire bottle of wine to yourself. It's a bit like that. Uh, so family night via streaming, was that just hanging out, playing games? We did that recently with good old Jackbox games. We did that on the big TV. Had one of our friends just like sprawled out. It was great. Yeah, so what brought this about was I was looking through some old footage of how the game used to look about a year ago, and it's changed quite a bit, uh, drastically even. Um, so yeah, we'll check those out as well. I might just actually we're gonna open this. We're gonna essentially take away the audio from the game, and we are going to swap it over to this one. Give me one moment. We're going to transition. So over here on our YouTube channel, you can see here we've got a few videos, lots of things, but I thought we'd check it out mainly because for some people who haven't been here from the start, they won't know the difference. So if we look at the first kind of teaser trailer, as you can see, we're making our way through Shadespire. Did I turn off? I think I did. Give me one moment. There it is. And we've got Steel Hearts champions making their way through. Oh, very spooky. Very spooky. Now, a lot of people actually, when first seeing this game, who weren't aware, oh yes, and the 2019 release date. A lot of people who watched this for the first time thought it was, oh, that's my face. That it was a going to be more of like a campaign-based kind of game, like a story game. As we know, that's not currently true. It's more we've gone for the one-to-one adaptation, but yeah, the teaser trailer left a lot to the imagination, and that's what teaser trailers are supposed to do. So much success with that one. Lots of views as well, obviously, which is kind of cool. Uh, Jumping on over to one of the first streams we had ever with Amelia and Steph. I'm going to just turn down the volume a little bit here. As you can see, the game looks very different here. I'm going to just see if I can't swap it to this mode, just so then we can actually see that comparison side by side as well. We're going to theater mode. So we have a bigger, we can probably go full screen with this one. So yeah, as we can see here, a little bit different. So the pre-alpha build, so this is before anything was really live, and during that time was Skulls for the Skull Throne. Yes, no, babyface indeed. I have shaved. Um, it's a little bit different, a little bit cold in the chin, but yes. Now if we have a look here at our two different kind of openings now. As we go back. So as you can see, when we first began the game, we had only really started with Magor's Fiends and Steelheart's Champions. Obviously, that's changed quite a bit. But we always knew from the start that this was the two warbands that we wanted to start with, Magor's Fiends, Steelheart's Champions, because they were pretty well balanced against each other. I'm just going to put playback, try and speed it up a little bit. Here we go. We're not going to do this long, but we're just going to check this out. So now when this started up, the dice look a lot different. Ooh, okay, let's just look at this. This looks very different. Hey, we have over here, we've got the portraits different. We've got the kind of UI waiting for the opponent. Yeah, Reavers were a bad call for the start of band. Yes, it was something that we always agreed on at the start as well. That we wanted to go with something a bit more balanced. As you can see here, we didn't actually do the board setup. That was something that we knew was going to be put into the game, but for this kind of build, we didn't show that off. Now, when it came to placements, we showed available hexes here for objectives, where now you do it pre-game, and you kind of see that the objective vessel tiles kind of empty, and you just place them, and it shows you the available hexes in the blue. I tried to scroll out as I was playing. Yeah, and then they would pop in. Now, as you can see here, the cards also look very different. These were themed cards for the Skull Thrones event. This was just one of those things that if we were to be running events in the future, this would be something kind of a way it would look. We're just going to skip forward a little bit. Yeah, more skulls for the Skulls for the Skull Throne event. A lot more skulls on the ground. As you can see, we've got Severin here. Severin looks a little bit different. I think all of them will look a little bit different. It's the game itself, it's a little bit darker. The Oberyn's rigs and everything looks different as well. Now the dice again look very different. We've got good old red dice. I believe this is for the event as well. In respect to how the cards are laid out, they are pretty much the same. I just want to see a roll off against someone. Healing potion. Wow. Uh, yeah. Looks a little bit different. Hey. And there we go. The dice actually stacked on top of each other back in the day. I'm pretty sure the change for this was just because it wasn't quite legible if you were zoomed out, for example. You'd be looking down on it. Was it like the top or was it the side? Corn likes three things: blood, skulls, and protein. Okay. um, but yeah, very, very different. Hello, housemate. Uh, and so, as you can see, we've got the power phases are pretty much the same in how they look. I'm just going to jump ahead a little bit. We got Matt playing with Steph. These were low scoring games as well, as everyone got used to the game as well. Pass button was over here instead of over to the left, I guess, or in the middle, sorry. But yeah, that's kind of how the game looked. And the wound tokens as well, they were just wound counters, so those would kind of just go up. Um, but yeah, so that was the first kind of footage of the game, and as you can see, it did well. We had a lot of attention for it. Uh, Hello, Concord. Good to see you. Um, yeah, right. So we had a few more streams with that. Then we had another pre-alpha stream 2 months later. Um, and this is where we had a bit more of Discord and everything involved. We had the community going at that stage because there was enough interest, so we were showing it off. Um, so this was kind of the start of these update streams. Obviously, we're streaming a bit more now. This was before my time, so that's why I've been brought on to do more of these streams. Uh, but yeah, so we'll kind of jump ahead again. I don't think that much has changed between these two builds. Oh, obviously the pass button has been changed. We've got uh, the different boards set up as well. Yeah, not too drastic of a change. Was there a board placement? Or was it just random? No, I think it was just random. Yeah. So yeah, and you can see here that pathing and everything was kind of set out in this way of like, this is where you could move. Uh, the UI was quite big as well. That was something that was definitely given as feedback for the game, was a lot of UI changes. Of course you do, Jasan. You miss those days. You love those days. Oh, now it looks like that Amelia and I are playing the game against each other. Hold on. There we go. Ah. But yeah. So again, so that was back in June of last year. So 9 months ago, pretty much. Um, then this is where uh, I came in September with a few other new people, Ben, our animator, and Nick, our producer. Um, as you can see, I had a beard and red hair then. I was going through a phase. Uh, this is where the board had bugged out, and for some reason the environment had kind of just been weird. Um, yeah, as you can see here, we've got now the phase wheel down the bottom to show whose turn it is. Uh, we still have the large kind of UI bits. Uh, the models themselves are still quite dark as well. Um, but everyone being inspired pretty much straight off the bat. Lots of glory being earned, which is good. This is when I was still learning a lot about the game as well. Like I'd played some of the game, some of the tabletop game, but I was still kind of getting through it. Ben on the other hand, is very familiar with the game at this stage, and so it was quite competitive to see both Steph and Ben play it out. Yeah, thank you, Cash. Thank you for being nice to me. It's the Slayer in all of us. And so we have Nick and Ben playing a game, and then myself and Nick finishing out the day playing some more. And so that was in September. September. That was a while ago. And then we did our stream where we announced the Sepulchral Guard. Here, if we go back, we have board placements. This is one of the first times that we publicly were showing the board placements and how that was going to work. As we know, the board placements have already changed quite a bit in the game. If we were just to do a bot match over here, I'm just doing a side by side. So the UI is still kind of the same, but there you go. That's pretty much it. Where now we've got more of this shard glass kind of feel. We've got uh, just updated UI in general. Quite quite a difference here. Uh, very different. I'm gonna bring this. I'm gonna hide me just so we can see kind of a comparison between the two. Now, at this stage, we were really focused on taking feedback from the community. So a lot of these changes that came in were because of all of you. So thank you again for, being a part of this growing game and as we continue to grow. I'm going to hide the game again as we jump in and have a look. Apologies if this is a little bit disorienting. But I'm trying to show the goods. Whoop, not that one. Uh, so we've got some questions. So pretty portrait change as well. Yeah, the portraits change quite a bit. Of all the features in the roadmap of game development, is there one that you are excited for? Thank you. Yeah, the desktop is sexy. I don't think there were any secrets on it. I think it's all the stuff that you've seen. Um, but yeah, the icons have changed quite a bit. Gameplay is still the same. Apart from we're about to introduce some skeletons. That's right, and I did all the bone puns, all of them. Oof. Yeah, this is when we only had the one environment as well. So again, things have changed quite a bit there. Uh, then this was our closed beta. This is one of my first times running solo on a stream. Um, just me staring into the abyss. Well, I say running solo, just I actually had my friend up here. A little bit different, a little bit different. Like we could be brothers, I think. It's hard to tell. Just look into the camera, you doofus. Just I wanna. There we go. We got two people who are definitely the same person. We had just announced our kind of release schedule. Um, Obviously, that changed quite a bit. At that stage, we hadn't really planned on adding in the extra warbands. Um, we knew that um, Fast Riders and Skaven were going to be the next warbands. We didn't know when they were going to be coming out. Um, but as we were in closed beta, this is when we were addressing a lot of bugs, a lot of issues, things that were unplanned. But that's the nature of it. Um, this is one of the first times that we properly showed off the deck building aspects as well. Wow, deck building has changed quite a bit as well. Um, if we have a look at the UI there, um, I'm going to just concede this match. All right, so um, yeah, let's have a look at this. Let's look at this comparison. This is crazy to me. This is in November. This is a few months ago. One moment. Look at that. Look at this difference. I'm just gonna put that here and then put this over the top. And we're just gonna flick it back and forth. Just November now. November now. Uh what? Two different games. Honestly. Like this is amazing. I love just showing off the comparison. I mean, a lot of people, you know, talk about development of the game and how things change, but to actually see the difference between the two is crazy to me. So if we have a look here, we only had the three warbands to begin with here. Sepulchral Guard being new. Um, we still had the profile. The deck editor was over on the right hand side. Um, and we had all this extra space up here, just so then you knew what game you were playing. Where now, if we get rid of that and change it over to the game now, as you can see, it's very different. It's a very different game. Um, with my face here. But yeah, we got the ranks down over here. This is, yeah, we didn't have ranked back then. We've obviously got a few more slots now as well to put in all your card decks. This is, just take that in. Wow. That's insane. That's just, I don't know. That's just crazy to me. Um, yeah, we made some serious improvements here. Now if we can continue along, we jump ahead. This is when we were showing off a bit more of the Sepulchral Guard. This is when the icons had changed. They're a little bit smaller now. uh, It was Skellies versus Skellies. This is when we'd also changed up kind of the charge animations and everything to indicate, I think, did we have the pathing in at that stage? Yeah, so this is when we'd put in pathing to show, you could select your hexes first and then do a charge, etc. Uh, quite a drastic change from the previous stream. I mean, obviously that's has stayed in. Got the dice rolls, pretty much the same. Me losing is pretty much the same. Uh, so we jump on ahead. Oh, that's right. They used to be green when they inspired, and the dice used to roll weirdly. Uh, yeah, fighting against McGaws as skeletons seems a mistake, but I was young, I was reckless, I didn't know any better. Um, and then we had our early access trailer, which was a good means to show off the game. Yeah, green skeletons did look creepy. So this was in December, and I think we dropped the trailer and we hadn't yet announced, yeah, that the Oryx were in, that the good old Iron Skull boys were in. This was when it happened. It was in December. We had already been testing it for a bit. I think in the previous stream, um, which was maybe a month beforehand, we knew that the Iron Skull boys were going to be the next one, but we hadn't announced it yet. Just skeletons. So different. And yeah, our January 28th early access. That's when we had announced the date as well. Yeah, right. I was excited. I was excited to show everyone and talk about it. Um, the next stream that we did was our December December Christmas stream, where I spent a lot of time and energy setting this up, um, trying to make it look Christmassy. And I then streamed for an entire workday. Um, and I looked like Santa Claus again. So before you had an image of me and my brother, now you have an image of me and my dad. So yeah, this was Father Cal. Again, UI very different. Obviously, there wasn't any of the greenery around the spot, but I remember someone made a request to not have the skull in the center anymore, just because it scared them a little bit. I can't remember who that was, but yeah, that's right. We I streamed for so long that day. I was delirious by the end of it. But this was one of the first times we were properly showing off Iron Skulls. Uh, so we played a lot of that. I believe it was at some point as well in here. Did I didn't timestamp it, but we were working a lot on uh, early access period and everything. And I think it was around this time that we did a stream just to announce that. Look at Steph in that hat. Uh, uh, to announce that we weren't going to be doing another closed beta in January. I think at that stage we knew that we had a lot of work to do. Um, we wanted to be putting in more cards to see how that looked. So we were going to extend the December closed beta for another week, but add in cards then, and then be able to spend most of January kind of working on all the bugs that were coming out of that, because it was we were still having issues with like connections, and how certain cards played out, and they were very complicated ones. So we we had a lot to work on. Um, Obviously, there was also UI changes, everything like that. So yeah, there was a lot to do, and this is where I get delirious at the end of the stream. You can see that I'm slowly degrading. Yeah, and then 2 months ago, wow. So we'd obviously had gone, yeah, we had just launched early access, just launched it, and we were jumping in, we were playing games with all of you. This is when the UI started to clean up a bit more, and we saw a bit more of like uh, my face is in the way over here. But yeah, we had the hello. We had the kind of profile up in the top right hand there. I'm just going to put me here. Um, but yeah, and we just again we had limited cards there. We've obviously added a lot of cards. Again, the Ajasan. This is one of the first times we played against each other. Capture that moment. Capture it. That's a beautiful moment right there. That's where, we had that ongoing feud of all the times that we versed each other on stream, and I've lost count about who's. Cause, that's right, you were going sepulchral. I'm just jumping ahead here to find out who won. I think you would have. Oh no, I won. Wow. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So again, games changed quite a bit since then, and the red in my hair was starting to dissipate a little bit. Uh, that's right. And so a big request we had from the community was to add Steam invites and match codes, which was something we were definitely going to be putting in during early access, but there was a huge call out from the start, wanting that. So we decided to add that as soon as we could. It took a lot of effort. It was a lot to put in just 1 week. Priorities had to shift, everything like that, but we got there. So we're showcasing by playing with Ben. Um, you know, uh, Now we just have to deal with internet being weird. I'm jumping ahead. So this is where we were just kind of playing against you, the community, showing off all the cool stuff. Yeah, Carnage. I remember playing lots of games against Carnage back in the day. And here, everything looks a bit familiar. We do have the early access skins in, though. We didn't have them in for the first week, I believe, but we were putting those in as soon as we could as well. So yeah, games changed. Um, and then had another early access stream. This is when we were trying to do more streams, more content. This is when I had the stream starting soon, kind of show that off. Uh, Again, two different people. This is me getting angry against Jason again. Wait, hold on. Where is it? I'm just gonna look. See, it looks like you won. Uh, I mean, you were playing Stormcast Eternals just on, so that makes sense. Obviously, I did not win that. No. So there you go, 1 for 1. We know that so far for for the stream. Again, UI just so different in that main menu. Um, we hadn't we only recently put in the new environments as well. Yeah, and then we had our first card release. This was February, 2 months ago. No, for yeah, 2 months ago. This was only 2 months ago that we put in our first card release update. Um, and again, the UI changing right off the bat. We had was showing off that we were definitely going to be putting in a new warband, uh, the card pack, everything like that. That was all new. That was worked on a lot, making sure that's got the right feel. That when you click it, where's the click? Come on, it's in there. Click the button, Callum. Click it. Open it. Open the book. Open the pack. Come on. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. That was a good time. And showing off all the new cards and how the UI was going to be looking. Um, we have warband approaches. At that stage, I think we definitely knew it was going to be fast riders, uh, which was pretty exciting. Um, we didn't, we weren't public with it yet. I think we might have been doing some testing at that stage with the fast riders, but I can't recall. And then we would have just jumped into some games to show off the new cards. That was pretty much that stream. We played against Jasan at the end. All right, we got to check who won. Who won, Jasan? It was a close match in the center. Ooh, who was it? Nah, it was Jasan again. That's 2-1. Jasan's beating me out as he probably should. Uh, and that's right. And this was one of the first times that we'd put in the scale as well to really make sure that you felt that victory, right? Or felt that defeat. It was a big thing to put in, and it's one of my favorites. Definitely one of my favorites to put in. Uh, yeah, that was 2 months ago. So then we went to Boston. Uh, and when we came back from Boston, we had put in the Fast Riders. And this is when, again, we had UI changes. Here we go, sorry. So yeah, we had UI changes at the start. We put in the new menu that you all know and love. This was a month and a half ago. A lot has happened since then. So this naive little baby here uh, didn't know that they were going to be working from home very soon. Um, and then, yeah, so we just put in the fast riders. I was kind of just talking through it. This is when we had put in this new layout. And I think that means as well we had the new environment that went in. Um, the new environment being this kind of circular layout, kind of cathedral feel. As you can see, I'm very excited by the the prospect. Uh, Sometimes I wonder how I get through these morning streams, and then I see myself and go like, "Ah, I'm jacked up on coffee." Can definitely tell that here. So I was playing some bots here. Ah, playing against Immortal. For those who don't know, Immortal's one of our community members who streams a lot of the game. We're very happy to have them on board. He also plays a lot of the Warhammer Underworlds tournament as well. Oh, well, the clashes that are happening online. Uh, there was another clash over the weekend, I believe. It was the semi-finals. If someone wants to correct me, I'm pretty sure that was it. So yeah, at this stage, I think we knew. I honestly thought I was drinking beer then. I think we knew that the Skaven were perhaps going in. No, we knew that Skaven were going to be the next warband, but we weren't too sure about if they were going to be going in uh, before we exited early access, or if they were going in during early access, if they were still going to be DLC, if they were going to be uh, their own thing. Yeah, I think after putting in the fast riders, we saw a big call out for people wanting more content and wanting more like this, right? So we wanted to give people more, and that came in the form of the Skaven, which was still a little ways away. I mean, this is a month and a half ago. I just started playing again. Uh, Pretty sure you would have won if you're playing Stormcast. No, I got a victory. Ah, was this a draw? No, I must have won out just at the end there. I looked so surprised. So yeah, it was 3-4. What happened here? Lightning advance. What happened? What happened here? Oh, you didn't have any objectives in the last round. Yeah, I honestly thought you had me. Okay. Wow. Hooey. And then we had our next universal card update. We put in more cards, and this is one of my first streams from home. And this is how it's been from now on. Uh, Obviously, we put in a lot of cards that changed up the game quite a bit. Oh, we had Shade Glass Dagger, which is no longer in, as that was very buggy. Um, Hopefully in the future we don't want to be putting in cards that have a lot of like bugs or unknown issues. We don't want to be like taking them out of the game. We just obviously didn't do enough testing with that one before putting it in. But this is one of these things where it probably slipped under the radar just because we were a little bit preoccupied. This was during the weird transition period from working in the office to working from home. Um, but the card release pack, Universal Card Release 2 was already scheduled at that stage, so we needed to put it out. And it was just one of those things that just slipped under the cracks. But we did end up removing that card from the game. We are hoping to put it back in once we're feeling confident with it. Doing match codes. Playing against Immortal again. And yeah, I think then most of the streams from there, a bit of the same. Obviously, we had uh, the Skaven warband reveal. That was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, here we go. Skaven. Beautiful. Well, yeah, and now that brings us to today, which is crazy. It's so weird to think that this is where we are now. Uh, it's been a long journey. It's been over a year of development, but it's been a year of, streaming, keeping all of you updated. So thank you very much for everyone who's been, here for the ride. We're not going to be doing crazy numbers on every single stream, but uh, the streams are here for you, so then we know uh, what you want, what information you need, and we can go from there. This is it's weird. It's one of those things where obviously the game has changed quite a bit, and you reflect on it, and you see how much time and effort and passion and love has gone into a project like this, and it's amazing. I'm always just so in awe of our development team, and I think they're doing an amazing job. Um, so yeah, I guess as shout outs are in order. I'm just going to, so make sure I don't miss anyone. So shout out to our creative director, Neil. Without him, the company and the process wouldn't exist. Our producer, Nick, who makes sure that we all are doing our jobs correctly and putting things out at the, right times in the right order. A big shout out to Clinton, who's our technical lead. Does a lot of design on the game as well. Clinton has a lot of input on what cards to be putting out next and all that kind of stuff. Big shout out to Ed, our art director. Uh, Ed is the one who kind of puts in a lot of the cool visual stuff that you'll see. Um, so yeah, shout out to Matt, our lead programmer, who makes sure that everything goes in works. That when you click a thing, the click does the thing. Um, Shout out to KG, one of our programmers, does a lot of the UI work as well, implementing that. So shout out. I love all the glowy bits and everything with the UI as well. Uh, Shout out to Niall, who is our kind of card pro. It's up to him to really like ensure that that the cards react and have the correct logic. Big shout out to Jenny, our back end programmer. She's been doing so much amazing work making sure that all of the servers and everything work and that all of you can actually play games against each other. Then shout out to our first Steph, Steph, number one. So Steph, you would have seen in some streams before. She's our senior 3D artist. So she makes a lot of these models that you'll see. A lot of the kind of smaller things that you don't see as well. The kind of background stuff and everything. But mainly the skeletons and Iron Skull Boys and everything like that. So yeah, shout out to Steph. Then shout out to our second Steph, who is our other 3D artist, who uh, makes sure that all the things have the function to move. So she does a lot of rigging on a lot of the characters, so putting in all their joints and things like that. And then she'll pass it on to Ben. So shout out to Ben, who is one of our animators. And so Ben makes sure that everything can move and look cool. So yeah, big props to everyone on the team. You're all doing amazing work, and we're all very proud of you, and I'm proud to be part of this team. They're probably not awake watching this right now, so that's okay. I've said it, needs to be said. Uh, but otherwise, let's jump in and play some games. Why not? It's going to be a little bit of a longer, kind of chill stream this morning, as I'm feeling reflective. So, what I've been playing a lot of lately has been the Sepulchral Guard. That's mainly because I want to be unlocking more of the skins. Please. The skins are so cool. I love this new skin as well. Uh, so yeah. I mean, what skins have I unlocked and what haven't I unlocked? So, I haven't really played much of the Steel Hearts Champions, right? I've played some of the Sepulchral Guard. I haven't been... Oh, I've won 4 times. Okay. Played a lot of Iron Skulls Boys. Not much. No, yeah, not much of Magors. Not much of Fast Riders, but I really want to get some more Sepulchral Guard skins because I think they're some of the coolest skins out there. So, I already have this deck, which I feel is the objective heavy one, right? Yeah. Okay, so we'll look for a casual match, and in the meantime, we'll just chill. I'll just wait. Hold on. Uh, there we go. The beard's back, baby. Cool and normal. Is this? Does this make people feel more or less comfortable? Just let me know. No, it's gone. It's gone. Quick shave. Yeah. So thanks for everyone who's joined in for the stream. As always, if you're interested in learning more, you can jump onto our Discord. The link is down below. If you're watching on Steam, you can find that on our Steam store page as well. Yeah. Oh, have we found a match? It looks like we might have. Ooh. Dragon, is this you? Is this you, Dragon? Are we finally matching up against each other? Yes, it is. Awesome. So one of my favorite things is actually playing against community members. Gonna pop this here, doing the old strat. That, yeah. Pop that. Yeah. Where is he gonna pop it? Where are they gonna pop it? Oh, okay. Interesting. Interesting. All right. Hmm. Oof, that would have been nice to get that one. Don't think I'm gonna get it though. It's too risky. Too risky. Ugh. Dang. I've done the wrong things here, but that's fine. So what I should have done is I should have kept that last hand and just gone with rethink strategy to get rid of my like my objectives. Ah, look at these rats. Look at these rat boys. And what we're gonna do? We're going to how far? We're gonna hold off on. All right. And then wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I'm gonna pop this one here. Okay, he's popped Scritch all the way at the back, which is fine. It's not on an edge hex or anything, so that's okay. Hmm. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, of course, we're gonna see if we can't move someone forward a little bit. Hey, gonna push him to there. The Prince of Dusk. So is he going to charge on in? Yeah. Oof. That's some fast moving animation there. So what we're going to do is we're going to charge on in and try to take this fella out. Oh, that'll do it. That'll do it. Thank you. Ooh, that's a loud shatter. All right. Gonna do Ancient Commander on the Warden. Yep. Switching those 2 fighters, get them inspired. Nice, nice. We're going to put Ghostblade onto this petitioner, just so that we have better luck securing some objectives. It's really going for me there. Which is interesting. I'm just going to charge on in. Hope for the best here. Come on. That'll do it. Get that glory. Alright. Dragon just bring someone back. Alright, I'm gonna move some people. Let's do it. Let's do it to it. And then we're going to... And then we'll bring y'all this way. Now, the only thing is that with Skaven versus Sepulchral Guard, Skaven can be brought back any which way, right? Any of these summoning tiles, which could put me in a bit of trouble, but we'll see. I'm going to keep both of those because I think I could use both of those. I'll get both of those in the next one. One and two. Yeah. Wait, that's two. So that's two. That's one and two. Okay, cool. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're gonna go let him go first. See what they're putting down. What are you doing, Dragon? What are you doing? Using return there. Nice. Alrighty. There. Scratching Kirk in closer. Interesting. Okay, interesting. Come on. Oof. Not much I can do against that. Ooh. But what are we going to do? We're going to sidestep here. Bring him in a little bit. We're going to trust to luck. Get rid of that one. Now what's Dragon going to do? Good thinking. Leave it there. Oof. Let's see if we can't take Dragon out. Get another hit on. Kirk running in. Taking out my harvester? How dare you? Okay. Try again. Ah, dang. But couldn't get knocked back. We're gonna pop it on the champion. Ooh, okay. Oof. Oof. You gotta hate it when that happens. When you're playing against someone and they just get a saving crit. Making a charge action. Are you charging too? Oof. There you go. There we go. And I'm just gonna move over here to number 1. I didn't realize Kirk had his mouse around him. His little rat. He's got a little rat around him now. I completely forgot we were putting that in. Just doing laps. He's got a rat on his back. Oh, this game. This game. So there we got tactical supremacy because we had 1 and 2. We got ploy master because we played all our ploys, and no more tricks because we had no more upgrades to play. We are going to we're going to go first. Now, yes, I can make it. Great. Get you over there. Then we're going to bring back Harvester. Pop him there. We're also going to do confuse priorities to move number 3 to number 2, just in case Prince gets taken out. And then we're also going to put acrobatic onto our harvester in hopes of rolling an extra defensive dice, right? But this fighter, if this fighter has a dodge defense, gets taken out right away. Ugh. Ugh. No. No. Yep, I'm just going to bring him in. And I'm just hoping to bring back my harvester, please. That would be nice. Please and thank you. Have we already gotten rid of? Alright, good thinking, good thinking. See, a part of me was really tempted to try and take out one of these fellas. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to come down here just to be in order to block Kirk. Well, this is going to be a close one, I feel like. And then I'm just going to, because I think this last card is, yes, it is. Awesome. So, fingers crossed. Cross them fingies that nothing happens. Or that everything happens if you're still listening. Dragon? Oof, nah. Not much I can do against that. Well, this is going to be a close one. Because I've got 3 and 4, but I didn't get supremacy like I wanted. Got objective 2. Anything else? No, that's it. Okay. All of them just scream out in horror. Awesome. Well, GG, Dragon. That was a very close one. Oh, we got another thing. I think this is just a player title. The champion. Awesome. So if I go back into it now, yeah, it was very close. Was very close. I mean, I'm gonna actually put my champion as my champion, and then put this as the champion. Ah, I shouldn't like it this much, but I do. So then, hold on. How many more do I have to win in order to? That's like 2 or 3 more wins in order to get another skin. Oof. Okay, well, I think I've got one more game in me. I'll. Oh, who else is close to unlocking things? Let's have a look. So we've already got most of the things for Sepulchral Guard, not Sepulchral Guard. The Steelheart's Champions on this account. Oh, we're close to something with. That's probably another player title. I think so. I think it's another player title. This is just going to tell me that I've unlocked the skin because I unlocked it recently. Yep. I'll see what the next title is, hey. Let's go with... Let's go with... The Bloodtooths. We're gonna just go for another casual match. Let's see how we go. And this will be the last match of the day for me. For the stream, at least. Thank you again, everyone, for joining. If you're watching this later on YouTube, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel so then you know when we're putting out things. We're hoping to put out some cool stuff later on. And also, as well, always check out our Discord. We have the link over there, that side. And down below, if you're watching this over on our Steam page, you can find that link actually on our Steam store page as well. I'll just pop it on here. Ugh. Just as we wait for opponents. But if we can't find someone to play against in the next few minutes, we might cut it short. Just because I actually have a lot to do today. There is a lot to do. There's a lot to catch up on, to talk about. So yeah, we'll see how we go. We'll just swap between this and this. Still trying to find an opponent. looks like it's taking a while. I mean, we could jump in. Let's jump in ranked. It's usually someone waiting in ranked. And if not, that's fine. We'll just move on. Because, yeah, what have I got to do today? I've got to check everyone's comments online about the game. We've got some cool things happening this week. I'm actually going to be joining the Agents of Sigmar live podcast that they do. I'm going to hopefully play some matches, talk about the game. They'll have some questions, so feel free to jump in on that stream. We'll also be putting out another patch this week, I believe, but that will be looking a little bit different. We'll get more into that when that goes live. We've got a lot of cool things happening. All right. Seems like we're not finding a match right now, which is fine, because as I'm talking about it, I just realized there's so much more work I need to do. So, yeah, thank you everyone for coming in, joining the stream, going through the reflections with me as we check how the game's progressed over the last year. It's been a lot. Again, thank you for everyone who's supporting the game. We're going to be out of early access very soon, and we're going to be just keep doing this. We're going to be doing our regular streams every, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, giving you updated on what is coming next. So now, my awkward wave at the end of the stream as I watch across all the different platforms to see me wave goodbye. Goodbye. Bye-bye. Goodbye. Goodbye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. What? This way. What? Bye-bye. Bye-bye. And there it is.